Obviously, it was a big relief for us to win this one today. After how we lost the first two, let's live to fight another day and keep our head above water in the SEC. I think this was a significant game. It was great to see Adam and Josh and Tyler throw the ball the way that they did. It was terrific, and we needed it. Because if we'd have got down, if we'd have gave up a more than one run inning there in the early innings, it would have been tough on our team, because I don't know if our psyche was in the best spot. But we got some momentum there in the 8th, and it feels good to get Tyler out there when we got a lead, and he threw terrifically. And got some big hits from Madison, and got some big hits. And obviously, Carlos tied the game up there with another home run, and did some really good situational hitting there in the 5th after getting a bunt down, which is a nice change. So we'll take it, and hopefully this will create some momentum for us and springboard us into an important week.
What did you see from Madison today? It seemed like he had 4 really good at-bats.
Like he stayed on the ball a lot better, He wasn't pulling off. He kept his head down, and that was a beautiful swing in his last at-bat there. And even on the ball that he pulled in the 6-hole there earlier in the game, he just wasn't trying to do too much. He can hit them a long way, and sometimes he tries to hit them a long way, and he gets outside of himself some. Stayed within himself, squared some balls up, and he's a big, strong kid with some bat speed. It was great to see him respond and have a good game for us.
Did you sense more looseness from your players? It seemed like they were a little more vocal in the dugout earlier
I think they made a pact with themselves. I don't know. I heard they had some team meeting last night, and, who knows? You ask the guys about that. They keep that from the coaches. If they did and it worked, they can have all the team meetings they want. So.
How big was that momentum swing with the double play in the 6th and then Cortez?
Yeah, that was sometimes you guess right in this game. Sometimes you do the right thing and it doesn't work out. Sometimes you might do the wrong thing and it does work out. And maybe I did, who knows if it was the right thing or the wrong thing, but it worked out for us, and walking in and getting the bases loaded and turning that double play. Things didn't look good for us after Gridley's double down the line. But our pitchers did a great job. We managed the inning. And holding them to 1 run right there. Even though we got behind, the dugout got some momentum there after that inning, and obviously it was a big inning for us.
Halfway through the league now, how do you feel?
Well, I feel a lot better being 8-7 than I do 7-8, and it could have been, could be a lot better. So let's not, I'm not ready to go celebrate anything by any stretch. We're still in striking distance, and there's not going to be a lot of teams run away with it. So. If we go 10-5 or something like that, who knows? You have to play perfect baseball to do that with our schedule that we got left. But let's just take them one game at a time, and try to win more than we lose. And our strength of schedule is going to be, a very difficult one the whole rest of the way, and maybe come, if we're lucky to be standing, maybe that strength of schedule will help us down the road. I think what our players have been through, and how we've lost some games, and how we've won some games too, but some of the expectations has been weighing on them. Maybe that'll make us tougher for the stretch run. We'll see. I'm a glass half full guy, so maybe there's something in store for this team that down the stretch that we'll play our best baseball.
Do you see anything different from Carlos at the plate right now, or is he just squaring some up better?
Yeah, he's always been a gifted hitter. He's hit since he was yay high, and he came here to camp, and he's in 8th grade, hit him in the street. So he's just swinging the way he's capable of. He's not trying to put too much pressure on himself, and he knows he's going to be in there every day, and maybe that helps too. And you're seeing what kind of hitter he is, and that bodes well for us if we can get some other guys going. And got some good hitters that hadn't really quite been performing up to their up to their capability. But if they all just do a little bit more, we got a chance to be a good offensive team. I've been saying that, and I swear I'll say it to the last game of the year. But Carlos is giving us some energy for sure.
What's he meant to this team offensively?
Well, he's carried. I looked up, when it was 1-1, I was like, okay, the last 5 runs we scored have all been Carlos. Somebody's got to step up, and we got a sac fly there by Jonah, and then we got some hits behind him. Kind of relaxed after that. We got that lead, and he's a fixture. He's a good player, and he doesn't get enough. He's more than just a good hitter. You saw I put him in center field there at the end of the game, and I'm completely comfortable with him out there. He runs the bases good. He doesn't get enough credit for the type of baseball player he is. And I just now obviously seeing some things that I didn't really know because he wasn't playing every day. The way he runs the bases, the way he thinks the game. It's been nice to see him. I'm mad at myself for not having him in there and sticking with him when he was struggling a little bit earlier in the year because he's a gifted player.
Is that unique to see from a freshman?
Yeah, he's gifted. He's intellectually the game comes easy to him, you know, and he thinks it every step of the way. So he's he's got great instincts when it comes to playing the game of baseball. And, you know, I think he got a bad rap for it. Not a bad rap. I just think he was labeled as just a great hitter only. And you look at his body and you say he's just a hitter. And he does more than just hit. And it's nice that we're going to have him around a couple of years.
As far as Tyler goes, was the plan this weekend just pitch him with a lead?
Well, it was a number of things. We couldn't pitch him back-to-back days. We didn't want to do that. You know, and it was only going to be 1 inning stints. And you know, in the first 2 days, it was more of we needed to have a lead, because if not, we pitch him with not a lead, then we don't have him the rest of the weekend. You know, that kind of thing. But I think going forward, you know, he'll be full speed ahead here, and we'll just got a lead in the 9th or 8th. We'll give him the ball, and I like our odds in that. If we can find a way to get a lead.
So you're not going to limit yourself with him now moving forward on the weekend?
No, he just needed another week, needed another inning, and let's just see how he feels tomorrow. You know, we can't have any setbacks, but if he's sore or something, then maybe we do the same thing and treat him like the Yankees treated Mariano Rivera and pitch him in the 9th of the league. But right now, that's not the plan. We want to give him the ball as much as we can. We think he's at 100%, and hopefully he can get to a point where he can save 2 games on a weekend for us.
Anything else?
Thank you.